How to transition from a standard 40-hour week, a work week, to living your Dharma. I studied business and economics in university, so naturally many of my friends from school are working in the financial sector. Although many of them love their jobs, some of them don't and are seriously struggling with their career paths. Listening to loved ones complain about their jobs is not fun, particularly because we're compassionate beings that don't want to see others hurting. And when it comes down to it, a source of pain for many people is their jobs or their job. 80% of people are dissatisfied with their jobs today. This is an extremely high number, especially when you consider the fact that the average person spends approximately 90,000 hours at work over their lifetime. If we're going to spend so much of our precious time at work, shouldn't it be doing something that we love to do? So breaking free from the standard 40-hour work week. When I refer to the standard 40-hour work week, I'm not really addressing the amount of time you work per week, but rather what goes on within that time frame. Current trends among these types of jobs include being overworked, told what to wear, act, and eat, told when to work, not questioning authority, loss of hierarchy, suppressing creativity and individuality, feeling stressed, tired, genuinely unhappy, and ultimately feeling a lack of passion or as though you're not pursuing your dream or life's purpose. If you're feeling this way about your current job, then perhaps it's time for you to abandon the 40-hour work week. Part of the difficulty in breaking free from this system is the uncertainty of not knowing what you want to do and the continual societal pressure to pursue this type of career. I used to be an accountant, and I remember thinking to myself how strange it was to be staring at a computer screen all day, crunching numbers into spreadsheets. It wasn't what I disliked at work, and I was definitely treated well by my colleagues, but I just did not feel passionate about what I was doing. The more I reflected on this, the more it scared me, because if I was having these thoughts at the ripe age of 18, how was I going to feel after doing this type of work for a lifetime? So if you've made the decision to break free from the system, you know now to pinpoint exactly where you're going to go next. So you don't have to travel or spend a ton of money soul searching, nor do you need a plan to plan out your entire future and every move that you need to make in order to pave that exact path for yourself. But you do need to engage in some introspection and identify what you believe your Dharma could be. So figuring out your Dharma. Dharma, the principle of cosmic order, is essentially your life's purpose. Regardless of your spiritual beliefs, what you do believe your purpose is on earth, what it could be. You don't need to go see a career counselor or spend money on career tests, because ultimately the only person who can correctly identify your Dharma is you. Your Dharma doesn't necessarily mean your dream job. It translates to a life path you're meant to be on and the role on this planet your soul will play. Here's a series of questions I asked myself when searching for my Dharma. 1. What activities make me happy? 2. If I could change anything about the world, what would it be? 3. How can I make these changes become a reality to create a better world? 4. What am I super passionate about? And 5. What type of environment do I thrive best in? Keep in mind that these questions exist simply to help the rational mind identify your Dharma. Ultimately, your soul knows exactly what your Dharma is, so meditation helps immensely in this purpose. You also need to work on developing greater self-awareness, as you need to truly understand yourself in order to figure out what your purpose on earth could be. Once you feel like you know your Dharma, or if you already think you do, remember that that does not mean that you need to remain in the same career forever. You can switch up your roles and try doing different jobs that make you happy, because as you and your soul grow and evolve, the universe's vision for you will as well. Incorporating Dharma into your current job. For some people, the 40-hour work week is their ideal situation, and perhaps it even allows them to be in alignment with their Dharma as well. Though I did not love auditing, there could be people out there who are extremely happy doing these tasks. Change starts from within, which is how change spreads throughout your environment. If people see what you're becoming happier as a result of making changes in your life, then they may follow suit as well. No matter what you're doing, you can always bring intention and mindfulness into the situation. By setting an intention, you're realigning yourself with why you're doing this work and giving the universe that exact message. Plus, practicing mindfulness can not only increase your happiness and improve your overall experience at your job, it will positively affect your colleagues as well. But others may like the idea of quitting their 40-hour workweek jobs, but are simply too nervous or worried about financial constraints. They may recognize that perhaps they're not fulfilling their Dharma in this setting, but still feel that they're trapped. And for those of you who do feel this way, know that everything you do always serves a purpose. You're a vital part of this earth, and even if you feel like your job is pointless or mindless, there's always something to learn from every experience. So why not at least try to bring your Dharma into the workplace? Ultimately, living your Dharma means that you're living in alignment with your higher self and that you're following your soul's purpose. So how can you improve your current reliability in your workplace by incorporating your Dharma and mindfulness? Ask yourself, why do I want to leave my place of work? Why do I hate my boss? Or why do I feel like this job position isn't good for my soul? And as I said previously, change starts from within. You can always make a difference regardless of what job you're working, and change your perspective, change your life. So how can you shift your perspective of your job and find more compassion for your colleagues in order to improve your career? Though I felt it's necessary to radically change my career multiple times in order to find my life's purpose, you may not need to. Connect with your soul and turn inwards in order to figure out what you love to do. And once you're working in the field you're truly passionate about, the time you put into it won't be quite as relevant, as you will no longer be clocking in and out of your shifts, but rather doing something that you actually love. For example, I work every day, typically working full-time hours for 6 days a week, and many of my friends who pursue careers in this 40-hour work week segment cannot understand why I love working so much, as they desire their weekends to be free in order to escape from their jobs. However, I absolutely love the work that I do, so I choose to work the amount that I do. If you can find yourself a job where you can confidently say that too, then you're likely following your Dharma. And so this article, How to Transition from a Standard 40-Hour Week to Living Your Dharma, originally on Collective Evolutions, published here under Creative Commons by Steve McCambly. It's on Collective Spark. This reminds me of a bank clerk that I used to know from one of my banks that I had my accounts in. And he was, I said, he must be, looking at him while I was standing in line, I said, this man must be so bored about his work. And I was shocked to see him a little bit later at an event. I think it was a wedding or something. And what this clerk was doing on the side was he had this band, and his band used to play very nice music, by the way, a live band for weddings and baptisms and the like. And his band was pretty good. So that's where he looked totally different. And he would become really lively, and the total opposite of what he was, the boring-looking clerk or the bored-looking clerk that I used to see in the bank. So you could imagine, that's where his Dharma was, I would bet. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.